Hey YouTube, I'm back once again with some more pickups. This is pretty much, I think, everything that I've bought in January. I am waiting on a couple of things to arrive. One item coming from America, which was apparently posted on the 18th of January. So it's getting to a point where it probably should have been here by now. That being said, I've got something here that came from Germany that took 2 weeks. And generally from Germany, 3 to 5 days isn't impossible. Sometimes a week, but 2 weeks is a long time to wait for something to come from Germany usually. But the state of Royal Mail at the moment, that really doesn't surprise me. So yeah, something coming from America, I can expect to wait a little bit longer, I think. And then I've got one parcel coming from Vinted, which says on the website it's due somewhere between the 31st of January and the 2nd of February. So yeah, it's at least 2 more days before that'll get here. It's Sunday today, the 29th, I believe. And yeah, I think that's all I'm waiting for. So the rest of this, I don't think I've done any out and about hunting. Certainly not charity shops or anything like that I can remember. I know I've got a couple of things here from CEX, but the majority of this stuff there's a couple of things actually that were sent to me, which we'll look at first. And there's a good chunk of stuff come from Vinted, so they've been good again this month. But these first two were belated Christmas presents. They actually arrived literally 2 days after I filmed my my December pickups and Christmas presents. So we've got Little Monsters and Dream a Little Dream, a couple of Vestron releases. This has actually doubled my Vestron collection. These were kindly sent to me by Pete, the Blu Ray Bullet Brit. He messaged me in December and asked me if there was anything specific I wanted for Christmas, and I sent him a list, and he got back to me and said don't worry, I'll sort something out. And then these arrived, and honestly, I was shocked. I didn't expect the two, so I was yeah, really happy. This I think I've only seen a couple of times back on Sky Movies in the 90s. This I've seen many a time, but again, not seen it for probably 10 to 15 years maybe. And I really enjoy this film. I don't remember too much about this other than it's Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. I've always been a big fan of Corey Haim, but I do remember enjoying it. So I'll definitely be looking forward to watching this one again, and watching this one for the umpteenth time, I think. Great film. Fred Savage, young Fred Savage, although I guess most of his work was when he was a child actor. Anyway, great movies. Thanks, Pete. Really appreciate it. Happy about those. Then this next lot all came from Vinted. This one I actually only picked up yesterday. It arrived at the in-post locker on Friday, so I went and grabbed it yesterday. Harry Potter, the complete 8-film collection. It's a 16-disc box set. So last weekend, actually on Sunday, I think, I was just having a look, as I do a lot now on Vinted, and I came across this. So I put they were asking a £5 for it, plus postage and fees. Oh, excuse me, brought that up to, I believe, a little over £8, which isn't a bad deal. trades in for 14. While I put in an offer for £4. While I was waiting, I guess I was carried on looking, and as I refreshed, another Harry Potter box set appeared. It's not the same as this one, but it was still all 8 movies, but it was just 1 disc per movie, where this is 2 discs per movie. So I did the same. That was a £5 as well, and I put an offer in on that one. Unfortunately, that one sold within minutes. This one, when I found it, had been on 19 hours. So it'd been on almost a full day. Anyway, I got a counter offer back for £4.50. So I accepted that. I thought, what the heck, it's 50p. So I picked this up for, I think, a little under £8. I actually can't remember what the total amount was. So it was 4. Let me do the maths. 70, 80, 90. So a little over 90 pence in fees, 450, so that would mean 550, 650, 750, yeah, so a little under £8, about £7.80, something like that. I bought this specifically to trade in, but it's actually a really nice set. I don't need another set of Harry Potter movies. I've got them all. I've got all the Ultimate Editions on Blu Ray. But when you open this up, it was supposed to also come with a digital copy, which again I've got all of them on digital, which I was going to see if anybody in here wanted, but that sheet wasn't in here, unfortunately. But it's got all these little sleeves inside, rather than just being an Amray or a digipack. They look nice, but honestly, I'm not awfully fussed on the way this in a package like this, and they come loose very, very easily. Oops. Oh, I wonder if that slips in one of these pockets. Oh, maybe that's just split open. But yeah, two discs per movie. I thought about keeping this for half a second. I mean, it's nice artwork, but I'm definitely going to trade this in. But yeah, for less than £8, I think that was a bargain. Just put it all back together. And then a couple of weeks ago, I think it was now, there were some Marvel movies, and again I put in an offer. I think I put in an offer for £3 on these. So they cost me less than £7 for the lot, and there was 4. But when I got the parcel, there was 5. I added an extra one. 2 of these. There's only really 2 of these I wanted, and what I bought them for was Iron Man 1 and 2 with the Phase 1 slips. Both of these are sealed as well, which is a bonus. So I bought them specifically for those 2. But as an extra bonus, there was Captain Marvel and Infinity War with slips. These aren't sealed. Sadly, there is little to no trade-in value to these, so I'll probably just put these on Facebook, or even maybe back on Vinted, and sell them on. And that one as well, that was a bonus that I didn't even know I was getting. But again, I've got the 3D versions of all of these movies, and I've got the phase 1 version of that, and the phase 3 versions of these as well. So happy to have grabbed those. Brings me down to, I think, 3 or 4 of these that I need now to get the whole collection, or at least those that have been released so far. Then this I paid £2 plus fees and postage, brought it to less than a £5. Carry On Jack. This is the last of the Carry On films that have been released on Blu-ray in the UK that I needed. I believe, as far as I'm aware, there's only 4, and I've got the other 3. and they've all been out for quite a few years now, so they don't seem to be in any hurry in releasing any more, unfortunately. These were a staple of my childhood and beyond, the Carry-On movies. It didn't seem like a week or two went by with there not being a Carry-On film on at some point, and it was always Christmas, Easter, bank holidays. There was always a marathon or something of Carry-On movies. Yeah, so I used to love these. I still love these. I've got them all but one on DVD. And the ones I don't have on DVD, I have on VHS. And that one, which was the very last one that they made, Carry-On Columbus, I don't care for, to be fair. It wasn't very good. So yeah, happy to have found that. The case was a little bit damaged, but I knew that going in. It was shown in the picture and it was in the description. So I've got a new case to put that in, or a new to this case. It's not a brand new case. And then finally for Vinted, I can't remember how much I paid for this now. I'm going to have a quick look, because this was the first thing I bought this month, I believe, from Vinted at least. Just had a quick check there. So this is the Jeff Wayne's musical version of War of the Worlds, the 30th anniversary live on stage box set. I do have the standard release DVD of this, and I have the newer version of the stage show, that is on Blu Ray. But this as an LP, and I had a recording on cassette from about 7 or 8 years old. I remember my dad coming home from work with the album that he'd borrowed, and we recorded it onto cassette, and I had that cassette for years. I love this. I've got some of the artwork there from the actual stage show. Inside we've got a 2-disc DVD and the H.G. Wells War of the Worlds novel. I paid £3 for this, plus postage and fees, which brings it to around about £6. This version I haven't seen for a very long time for sale. That's not to say that I've been looking, I haven't. I'm sure if I looked on eBay now, there'd probably be one on there, or at any other time, possibly. But yeah, I'm so chuffed that I found this. It's in spectacular condition as well. There's almost no damage to it. You always, well, you don't always, but with sets you quite often see that they've got shelf wear, and there might be an odd little see, there's a little nick on the bottom there, but other than that, and on the corners, it's yeah, it's lovely condition. So I'm really chuffed to own that, and I can actually trade my standard release into CX, I think, for £8. I'll have to double check on that, because that's how much it was when I ordered this, but that was a few weeks ago now. So moving on, this I got from Amazon. I bought it with some Christmas gift vouchers. I mentioned before Christmas that if I got any gift vouchers, I was going to buy a printer. This is Monster Hunter. As it turned out, the printer that I wanted was available on Amazon at you could buy it and pay it over 5 installments. So I figured I'll just do that. So I actually never got to spend my Christmas vouchers, Amazon vouchers, on that. So I've still got quite a bit of that left over. But I ordered this. I found this, and it was £7 on Amazon. Monster Hunter. Now, although there is absolutely nothing on this case that I can find, or even on the disc. This is the 3D version. I specifically wanted the 3D version. This arrived on Friday, literally, well, no, it didn't literally arrive as I was leaving for work, but as I was leaving for work, I found it hanging out of the letterbox. So I quickly opened it up because I knew by the label what it was, where it was coming from, because it was from, this is the one that, by the way, that came from Germany. It was from Momox. And I opened this up, and I was so, really riled me when I opened it up and found this. I thought, the buggers have sent me the wrong thing. I ordered the 3D version. Had I not been just walking out the door, I would have been straight onto Amazon and requested a return. But as it turned out, there wasn't time to do that. When I got home from work on Friday, I quickly had a look on Amazon to make sure I had actually ordered the correct thing, and not ordered the standard release instead of the 3D release. And no, for certain, it was the 3D version. This is the 3D version, but like I say, there's nothing on this cover, and I've had the cover out. I haven't actually tried to take this label off yet. I've had the cover out. There's nothing on the disc that says this is the 3D version. When you look at the picture on Amazon, and I've looked on eBay and on Blu-ray.com since then as well, the only thing that shows that this release is the 3D version is, I would imagine, when it was new, it looks like there's a round sticker on the front cover that says 2D and 3D. But I can only assume once you pull that plastic off it, that's gone. But I watched this. I put it in yesterday and watched it. It's in 3D, and when the 3D's there, the 3D was really good. It's not there all the time, but then you can say that about most 3D movies. But when it's needed, it was there, and the 3D was really good. The film, the first scene, or the first 5-10 minutes, I hated. I didn't like it at all. But then as it got going, it kind of got a little bit better. I think at times that the certainly in that early part of the movie, the CG was in your face, way too much in your face, and a little bit at the end as well. I think it definitely wasn't the movie I was expecting it to be. I didn't expect it to be what this is. I expect it to be quite different. Overall, I will probably give it another watch at some point to see if my opinion changes. But was it worth £7? Probably. I don't understand why they don't want you to know that this is the 3D version. I don't get it. I know 3D's all but dead these days. There's very little coming out on 3D. And I want to say this is probably either this or June. I don't know which one of those two films came out first. My most recent 3D releases that I've bought. But that has on the cover it's June 3D, and on the spine it's June 3D, or maybe the 3D logo's separate. I'm not sure on that one. But yeah, there's like I say, that I can find on this, unless it's something really small, you know, in there maybe. Like I say, I've had this whole slip out to look under there. I cannot find anything on here that states that this is the 3D version, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. But there you go. Another 3D of quite a few actually. There's more 3D here that I bought this month. Rare Waves. This came from Rare Waves. I've had nothing prior to this. I've had nothing but bad experiences from Rare Waves, and I was quite reluctant at first to buy this. I think it came on Movie Mad, on Facebook as a bargain. It was about £4. It's an Australian release, as you can see there. This, as far as I can tell, doesn't have a UK release on Blu-ray. I know a lot of people don't like the sequel. I love the first one, and this is a good film as well. I really enjoy it. But like I say, I've had nothing but bad experiences with Rare Waves in the past. And I thought, you know, for £4, I'm gonna risk it. What's the worst that can happen? I'll get my money back if there's a problem. Thankfully, it arrived. It wasn't that quick again. I want to say Rare Waves is American, but I'm not 100% sure. But it took a little while to get here. But yeah, really happy. The first one is available from Arrow, Boondock Saints. I can't remember whether I said the title. It's Boondock Saints 2. The first one, Boondock Saints, is available through Arrow. I think it's only available through Arrow on Blu-ray in the UK. I don't own that yet, so I'm going to have to get on that. But yeah, I'm happy that that turned out okay. Spotted this on eBay. It was £3 buy it now, brand new and sealed, frozen in 3D. I didn't have it, so I thought, what the heck, another 3D for the collection. I did have this a long time ago and sold it on 3D, so got it back. This came from James, Movie Mad, Dungeons and Dragons, the animated series, Volume 2. On one of his videos earlier this month, I think, he was talking about some of the doubles that he's got that he's going to trade in or at the very least get rid of. And one of the things he mentioned was Dungeons and Dragons. Maybe he got the box set. I can't remember now. James, you'll have to remind me. I've got a feeling he picked up the box set. Anyway, he mentioned that he had a few of these volumes, and Volume 2 was the only one that I needed. So I reached out and said, you know, if you've got a spare Volume 2, could I have it? And he said, no problem. Popped it in the post, and yeah, here it is. So I'm very happy. Completes the collection. There are only 4 volumes. They didn't make many episodes of this show, unfortunately. I was probably too old when this came out in the 80s. Maybe, or maybe not. But I really, really enjoyed this as a teenager when it was on TV. I don't know that I ever saw every single episode when it was on the telly. It was one of those ones that it was just on occasionally and I'd watch it. But now I've got the full set, I can sit and watch through them. And this last lot, again, all 3D releases, came from CEX. So I got The Hobbit. There's been the Desolation of Smog in 3D. I haven't seen any of these movies. I didn't really enjoy the Lord of the Rings trilogy, to be fair. But it was £3. It's about 4 or 5 discs. It probably says on the front there. No, it doesn't. But it's a 3D edition. It's the only one of the 3 that I have in 3D. I think I've got digital copies of all of these. I'm not entirely sure whether I've got that. I'll have to check. Not that it probably won't even work anyway, to be fair. So you've got the 3D disc in 2 parts, I think. Oh, there it is, yeah. So you've got the 3D disc in 2 parts. I guess you've got the movie. Looks like it's on 1 disc. And then you've got 2 special edition discs. Why is it part 9 and part 10? So is the parts 1 to 8 on? I don't know. Maybe there's 2 parts this is the second movie, isn't it? I believe, in this trilogy. So if the first movie is part 7 and part 8, then maybe parts 1 to 6 are on the 3 Lord of the Rings movies, maybe. I'm just spitballing there, I don't know if I'm just guessing. But yeah, extended edition 3D. Anyway, it was £3, so I thought, what the heck. Again, another 2 3D movies that I didn't own. Tangled. That lenticular's atrocious. It's not doing anything. Yeah, Tangled in 3D. And Beauty and the Beast. That one was £2, that one was £3. I had the vouchers, so it looked like that when I was in that day and I found these, it looked like somebody had traded in a reasonably sized 3D collection, but there wasn't anything else that I spotted, at least, that I needed to buy for my 3D collection. I've got a few hundred 3D movies, and I want to say most, if not everything that was on the shelf, I already had, or maybe just didn't care for. I can't honestly remember now, it was a few weeks ago. But anyway, that's it. Oops. So just a few pickups for January. I don't know what else I've got to say, to be fair. Yeah, like I say, I've got, at the beginning, I've got 2 parcels outstanding. When they'll arrive, who knows. One I am expecting in the next few days, that one from Vintage. The one from, it was off eBay, but it's coming from America. Who knows when that release. Actually, that's another 3D one as well, strangely. And I've had a look on Vintage today. There wasn't anything that stood out. So yeah, that's it. I've still got some other stuff I suppose I could do a video for, but for now, yeah, thanks very much for watching, and see what happens next time. Ta-ra.